What's up, jabroni? Steven here. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, this is my prediction video where I talk to you guys about my predictions for Clash of Champions. I do Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, all of that amazing stuff. You guys know the deal. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go through the entire Clash of Champions card, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what is going to happen, what might happen, what will probably not happen. You guys know the deal. First off, we gotta hit the music, get that going, and we gotta hit that thing so you guys can see all the beautiful pictures. If you are in the chat room, welcome. If you are in the chat, make sure you guys participate. Let me know what you guys think. You know, all that amazing stuff. We're going to have a conversation. We are going to talk. We are going to have a great old time. Let me know who you think is going to win. There is a weird delay, maybe longer than normal, and kind of bothers me. But we're going to have to get over that for right now because I want to get this out. Alright, so Clash of Champions, Backlash did a phenomenal job. If you're not watching this live, make sure you guys comment below who you think is going to win. And maybe if you're watching this after for some reason, maybe you already know who won. But make sure you guys comment below. And we'll go through this entire card together. Alright, the first match of the evening. I have to go to the bottom here. First match of the evening, Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. A match that not many people, let's be honest, are excited about. I'm gonna be real with you guys. But they are pushing Nia Jax to be this force of nature, this beast. And I think that they've been doing an alright job. I like that they transitioned her into this out of the jobbers, because that was really bothering me for a while. Like, I'm glad that she's not in the jobbers section anymore. But what I believe is going to happen, I think that Nia Jax is going to destroy Alicia Fox in about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, just because of the fact that they got to make Nia Jax look like a beast. Alicia Fox did her whole thing, but Alicia Fox isn't one of the better women wrestlers on the roster, so she has to be able to destroy her to show her true strength. After that thing that happened last week where she just kind of like bum rushed her, destroyed her, gave her a spear, whatever she did, where she like put her through a barricade, it looks like Alicia Fox can go through some pain. I mean, she's willing to play ball. So I expect that to happen when it comes to this match. Let me know below what you guys think when it comes to Nia Jax and Alicia Fox. If anybody out there thinks Nia Jax does not destroy Alicia Fox, you're crazy, because it's happening. It's game over. Next, we have Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. I don't even know what's going to happen here, because if you, like, maybe, like, what I would have said would happen would be that Sami Zayn goes over Chris Jericho pretty easy. But that's probably not going to happen here, because Chris Jericho's, you know, he's staying around, man. He's staying around, doing some of the best work of his career. He's knocking out of the park. Sami Zayn faces the gift of Jericho. If Sami does beat Kevin Owens' best friend, Chris Jericho, it does bring up that rivalry back again. You know, they get back into it again. It could possibly do that. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Kevin Owens after the Seth Rollins match. There are rumors going around that they were planning on going with Finn Balor, but Finn Balor's going to be around. I guess going to be around, so I don't know. So who's going to win this match? Because does Chris Jericho win? Does Chris Jericho win? I think Sami Zayn wins, pissing off Chris Jericho, thus pissing off Kevin Owens, and somehow, some way, Sami Zayn gets his way up into the main roster, or the main card scene right here, where the title scene is. Right now, he's not in the title scene. I can't say he's above that because he hasn't really gotten any title or anything besides the NXT Championship. Did he get the IC belt? I don't think so. So I can see Sami Zayn winning. If Chris Jericho wins, I won't be mad. But I think Sami Zayn is going to take it. I think Sami Zayn is going to win in a pretty good match. I see Chris Jericho, although he is old, he still can put on a great show. It is going to be a good match, entertaining match, and then it'll set up the Kevin Owens thing. I think Kevin Owens, maybe after this, maybe they'll introduce Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn into the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins feud, make that a triple threat there. Anything to get Roman Reigns out of there. You know what I mean? Like anything to get Roman Reigns out of that situation. All right, so what we got here. Noah says his Clash of Champions is going to be Sami Zayn in this match. Hey, you didn't put up who wins out of Nia Jax. I mean, I know it's a short thing, but hey, you still gotta put it. But yeah, like Sami Zayn wins here. It just makes sense. Jericho winning would continue this feud going forward, and maybe they have a blow off match at Survivor Series. But I think Sami Zayn wins this, and it's a good match. Like this card is stacked, guys. This card is fucking stacked. Like, look at this. Like, there's so many good matches on this fucking card. It's crazy. It's crazy. Next, we have the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick, which will possibly be one of the best matches of the night. Brian Kendrick coming back with his resurgence as into WWE, and he is possibly going to put up one hell of a match. He put up one hell of a match. He put up great matches in the CWC, and TJ Perkins put up great matches. I just see that this is going to be one hell of a match, and I'm super excited to see this one because TJ Perkins looked really good. Brian Kendrick has to be in this match because of the fact that he is the one true villain. You know what I mean? Like, the true villain is Brian Kendrick. You couldn't put Cedric or anybody in there. It had to be Brian Kendrick. And TJ Perkins just looks really good. Like, he looks really amazing. He has a hard-hitting style. He's young. He has like a pretty face. WWE can probably push him and do stuff with him. It'd be interesting because if you watched NXT recently on Wednesday, you saw that Cedric isn't really a babyface the way you thought. He's not really a babyface. He's a face he's a face with heelish tendencies, very much like Dean Ambrose. Well, like Dean Ambrose in the sense that he isn't your like a typical just regular face, like a baby happy to be here kind of guy. So I expect that TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick will put on one hell of a match. It'll be amazing. One of the best matches of the night. And TJ Perkins goes over because it just makes sense. I get Brian Kendrick is here. He's a fresh face. I mean, he's fresh again, back in the company. But you can't have TJ Perkins be the guy to win the tournament and then have him lose right away. You gotta maybe what you do is you do TJ Perkins wins here. He beats Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick, of course, being the heel, does some things. Maybe introducing Cedric or somebody else into the mix later on, and that's how we go from there. And that's how I see that one going. I mean, that one just makes sense to me. All right, what do we got here? Sheamus versus Cesaro in the 7th match in the best of 7 series. Who wins this? I mean, the person that should win this is Cesaro. And what I mean is that he should win it because he needs, well, he doesn't need, but he should win it because he's the better wrestler. But watching Steven Larson, you know, they brought up some interesting things about Cesaro possibly going to SmackDown and possible trade. Maybe something happens where Sheamus beats him and Cesaro gets upset and decides he wants to be traded. There's rumors going around that Cesaro gets traded for The Miz. In all honesty, this is going to sound crazy. I would never have said this about a year ago or even 6 months ago, but I don't want to see The Miz leave SmackDown for Cesaro. Like, I like The Miz being on SmackDown. He's doing some of the best work of his career, and I am super pumped about seeing what he can do with it. Now, if you bring over Cesaro in a story and put him in a feud with The Miz, that could be very entertaining. And then there's rumors about Dolph Ziggler leaving, so it's going to leave a hole in that mid-card, and Cesaro can fill it. But when it comes to this one, if Sheamus does win this, he has the right to compete against any championship, right? I know what the guy, Steven Larson and them said, but what I'm going to say is this. Cesaro wins, and the way Mick Foley worded this is that Cesaro and Sheamus have the right to choose which championship they go after, right? I don't think he got really specific and said any Raw championship, right? So I think Cesaro wins this in a great match. I swear, all 6 of these guys' matches have been amazing. So when this match ends with Cesaro winning and Cesaro deciding he wants to challenge The Miz for his belt, that's how they get around it. Somehow there's like something in like in the paperwork or something that somehow Cesaro finds a loophole. To me, it seems fun. It seems interesting. It keeps Sheamus on Raw, moves Cesaro over to SmackDown somehow. To me, it just makes sense. I don't know about you guys. You guys let me know what do you guys think of that scenario? If you guys think that Cesaro winning, getting an opportunity for any championship he wants, and him choosing the SmackDown Intercontinental Championship. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I just think that I feel like that would make sense and that could happen. I don't know how they'll get around the whole him getting out of Raw situation, but that's what I'm going with. All right, what else we got here? We got The New Day versus The Club. Actually, it doesn't even say The Club right now. They're just calling them Gallows and Anderson. So everybody, let's shed a tear for The Club. The Club is over. The train passing by and I have my window open, but The Club is gone. There is no Club. So thank you, Paige. The Club is no more. They don't even address them as The Club. They address them as Gallows and Anderson. They ruined The Club when they got rid of AJ over to SmackDown. Not got rid, but when they moved him. So, what I see happening here is... Well, before I move on to that, there is somebody in the comments that says, Cesaro wins and says, I'm going to SmackDown where the real show is. So you agree with me with that Cesaro winning and kind of saying that he wants to go after the championship over on a SmackDown makes somewhat sense. It makes sense. They can roll with that. I think that's a good way of getting around it. I think that's cool. All right, back to the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. In all honesty, I love the New Day. They're fun. They gotta lose those belts, guys. They have to lose the belts. It's over. They've held it for way too long. Gallows and Anderson just look like jokes. They keep losing to them. You have to give the championship to Gallows and Anderson and make them feel like viable threats. Who do they go against after this? As of right now, I don't know, because there's nobody on Raw that can really go against them. I mean, you could put them in a feud with the Enzo and Cass, and that could be a lot of fun. I think Enzo and Cass could have a lot of fun with these guys, but I don't know. The New Day is almost above the belts. Like, they don't need the belts to feel relevant. That's how good they are. So getting the belts off of them won't hurt them. It'll elevate Gallows and Anderson and make them feel more like a threat, more viable. And I just think it makes sense. It would be a lot of fun to see like a new champion in Gallows and Anderson being like this rugged tag team that just destroys everybody. They got to get back to what they did when they first got here. When they first got into WWE, they straight up destroyed everybody. They got to get back to that. Like, they gotta be like this threat, like this fucking like dominant ass force, and that's what I want to see. All right, what do we got next? Next, we got Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte for the Women's Raw Championship. Like, why is that Raw Women's Championship? All right, who wins here? Who do we have in this one? In this one, I'm going to say... All right, so Charlotte's not winning, guaranteed, right? In my head, my brain, the way I'm thinking, Emma returns. Emma returns after Charlotte's beating up Dana. Emma returns and gets into a feud with Charlotte. Bam, that'd be amazing, right? But then then what Dana does. Dana is good at doing what she's doing. Like, she's like the person that always follows. So Dana is getting beat up by Charlotte. Out comes Emma. Emma saves Dana. You figure something else out to do with Dana. Maybe you throw Dana into a feud with Nia Jax, and you use Dana to kind of elevate Nia Jax a bit. You know, make it a decent match, make it better than what Nia Jax has been having, but you have Nia Jax go over. All right, so that leaves Sasha and Bayley. Neither one of these women are heels right now. That's what I'm like thinking about. You usually need a heel and a face, right? Maybe with these two, you don't need a heel and a face. Like, fans are gonna love Sasha, they're gonna love Bayley. Maybe these two women just have this respect for one another that neither one's a heel, and they just get into a thing where it's like a mutual respect thing, but they both want the belt. You do that for a while, go back and forth. We all know that Sasha and Bayley is gonna be a Survivor Series. It just makes sense. And like, if in my brain, if the whole situation with Charlotte, Emma, and Dana is happening, what do you do here? Maybe you do Nia Jax. You throw Nia Jax into here. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. Who wins? Do they give it to Sasha and try to see if she still has the momentum from before, before she got hurt for that 1 month? Or do they give it to Bayley and see what they can do with Bayley? I'm not sure, guys. I'm really not sure. This is a match I'm super pumped for. I'm super excited for, but I don't know. I'm going to say, I love them both, and who wins here? Who wins here? I'm gonna say WWE gives it back to Sasha, right? Because Sasha winning, you already know what you have for her, right? And you can have Bayley. Bayley's always been in NXT. Bayley was the girl that always chased. She was the one that chased. She was the one that people, like, she was the underdog that was chasing. Have that happen, you know? Give her the like the Jeff Hardy treatment where she's always chasing, and then when she finally gets it, it's like this big deal. You know what I mean? Like, who was Dean Ambrose had that for a while. He was chasing, never got it, and then when he got it, it was a big deal. You gotta make Bayley chase, you know, chase Sasha, but have it be a respect thing, and then slowly turn Sasha heel in like about a couple months, maybe leading towards the Rumble. Sasha turns heel. That's what I would do. That just makes sense to me. Noah, how about Dana Brooke screws over Charlotte and then have Emma come out the next night on Raw and save Dana? Okay, so you're thinking somehow Dana Brooke cost Charlotte the match, and on Raw Charlotte is again slapping Dana Brooks around, and then have Emma come out there. I mean, it's kind of like mine, but mine would have been that night. But yeah, I see yours might be. I think yours is more likely to happen too. Just because I don't think Emma would get that big of a pop for a pay-per-view, but she might get a big enough pop for a Raw. So I can see that happening. All right, what we got next? Next, we got Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. Now, everybody's fear is here. Everybody's fear of Roman Reigns being here and possibly somehow becoming the new U.S. Championship. That's a big fear everybody has. But Rusev looked really strong. He got beat up by Seth later in the night with that whole dive. I can't see Roman Reigns winning here. I don't understand why. Like, what Roman Reigns winning doesn't do anything for anyone. Like, Rusev is this guy who's a dominant force, supposed to be beating up everybody. So having him win here makes sense. Having Roman Reigns win doesn't do anything for anybody. It doesn't make sense. I think they make Roman look like $1 million, like like the way that Vince is like just loving it. Like Vince is jerking off while he's watching Roman just whip the shit out of everybody. That's what's gonna happen. Like, Roman's gonna look super strong, but somehow, some way, Rusev wins. Maybe something with Lana. Maybe Lana gets involved, does something, but Rusev ends up winning somehow. I don't know how, but he does. I'm hoping this is a phenomenal match, a great match, and I'm hoping that Rusev takes it away. To me, it makes sense story-wise. Why would you give it to Roman now? Like, people don't like him. He's still being booed. Turning him heel, making Rusev a face. I don't know. Nobody wants Rusev as a face. Rusev as a heel is amazing. That's what I see happening with this. It just makes sense to me. All right, what do we got here? Next, we got the WWE Universal Championship match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. And who wins this one? I mean, there's no way in hell that Kevin Owens doesn't win, right? Like, just me thinking, right? I'm like, how does Kevin Owens not win? Kevin Owens has to win. He has to take it. He has to win. He has to be the champion. He has to keep it going, keep this feud going. Maybe Triple H comes out. Maybe Triple H helps Kevin Owens with some type of situation. Like, there are several things that can happen here, but Seth Rollins winning doesn't make sense. Maybe Seth Rollins has already been doing babyface style things, kind of like he's like a tweener right now. But if he gets beat up again by Triple H, it'll keep giving him that baby face kind of like people still like him, and like people still like he'll become like a face. People love him anyway, but he'll become like the face. So I think that's what happens. I think Kevin Owens ends up winning. It's a great match of the night, maybe match of the year candidate, and I think Triple H somehow gets involved and cost Seth Rollins the victory. That's what I'm going with. I think that just makes sense to me. And pretty much that brings us to the end. That's the end of the night. So how would I rank these matches for, like, how do I see them going? I see the best match of the night being the women's match. Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley. That'll be the best match of the night on paper, like just the best match. After that, probably Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. After that, I say Perkins versus Kendrick. After that, I say Jericho, Sami Zayn. After that, I say Rusev, Roman Reigns. After that, I say, actually, I think Cesaro and Sheamus will be better than Rusev versus Roman Reigns, and I think the New Day will be the worst of the main card matches, and then Alicia Fox, of course, versus Nia Jax will be probably the worst match of the night. Which, I mean, it's fine. This is a great card. It's a great card on paper. Looks amazing. Definitely one that people should be excited about. All right. But pretty much that brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys liked it.